All right. Good evening, everybody. And how are we all doing? Hello, Ward Misfits, and hello, Maddock, with the funny pre-stream comment there. Yes. Doing all right. How am I? I am. That would be about a description of how I feel at the moment. Eh. The yeah, exactly what Misfit. Eh. The summer break is coming to a close today, and tomorrow I'm back at work for 7 fucking weeks. So, yeah. Always a painful readjustment, that, but regardless, life goes on, and so do the sweet states. This being the 74th. So, for those who might be curious, a sweet state is a monthly thing where I basically talk about what has happened in the last month, what is going to happen looking ahead, and talk about things that are happening right now in the present moments. Dissatisfied with your performance? In what regard do you mean, Lord Miss Maddock? Yeah, 6 years and 2 months of doing this. Anyway, apart from that, it's time for a big old webcam reveal in full screen once again. The only time this ever happens. Once a month. In a poker regard, it was just one of those, you know. Sometimes in the course of a short-term game, you don't get a lot to work with. You don't get the spots. The fuck, I need to actually talk about that during the regional finals segment. I will talk about a bit more about in the poker section. I'll talk about that more in the poker section, but all I can say is is that I think I did about as well as I could given what I had to work with. So, but yeah, I'll go over more of that in the poker section of the sweet state. So I guess the first place to start would be usually the personal situation, and what better place to start by talking about that than to talk about the fact that I have been on a summer break for 6 weeks. 6 glorious weeks. The whole of August and a week of July. It's been lovely. I do love this perk of the job I'm in, getting these nice little holidays. You know, we're underpaid, sure, but holidays are always good. You know, I mean, 6 weeks in summer. Can't argue with that. It's just a shame that it just feels like it goes by quick. Even though I've been very busy, it really does feel like it goes by quick. Like, holy shit, where did 6 weeks just suddenly disappear to? You know? I mean, a month, honestly. You know? Looking back at the previous sweet state, I've been like, oh, I've got all this summertime, I've got all these plans for summer. And then didn't quite work out that way, to be honest. So I'll try and give a sort of a summary of the summer break that I have just finished today. I'm back in work tomorrow. Yeah. But hey, it's almost October. My favourite month of the year. So that's always good. So, obviously, I had my family over in the first week and a bit of the summer break, so it was nice to see my niece for the first time, my nephew once again, got to see my sister, fiance, Pokeball Spooktober. Yeah, we'll talk a bit more about that later too. And every month is spooky. Every month is spooky month. Turned into a bat. Hello, Shakar. Thank you for the 29 months. You get no ads. And you get to use these emotes if you so wish. Also, because it is September on Twitch, you get the subs for a bit of a discount this month if you are going to subscribe. I think you get like 25% off your subs for this month. And thank you, Maddock, for 27 months as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, I was actually given a sub to a completely random fucking channel, actually. Something called, Big Deck. I have never heard of this channel before, but I was just given a random sub to it, apparently. So I have no idea what that's all about. I just wish people would stop arbitrarily only playing spooky games in October. It is dumb. And that's the problem I have with you. At least you also play spooky games in other months. Yes. I'm aware that you don't think that spooky games should be played only in one month, and that's perfectly fine. I do play horror games other times, but my kick at the moment... yeah. But, yeah, anyway. It is a bit cheaper this month to get a sub for any Twitch channel, so take advantage of that, I guess. So anyway, where was I? Yes. Reviewing my summer in as brief as I can. Because I got other things to really go into more in depth, somewhat. I have a friend who streams and says, I want to play Resident Evil, but it isn't Spooktober, and I'm just like, why? Just play it when you want. Yeah. And mostly subpar games with jump scares. Just gotta find the right horror games, I guess. So anyway, I had my family over for the first week or so, which was very nice. And it was great to see my family, of course. My niece, my nephew, my sister, fiance, and it was good to have a bit of time with them. After they'd left, it was then near August, and I had all these... Well, okay, I didn't have that many plans. Largely because I had to pay for a dentist appointment, which was really the main catalyst for why I didn't do nearly as much in the summer as I could have done. Because I had to pay about £1,500 in total to get my front teeth sorted, which I did. Might be able to see them, but I won't go too close in. But yeah, my front teeth got sorted, a bunch of fillings got filled in, stuff. But it pretty much cost me a month's wage and a bit extra. So with that in mind, I wasn't really quite in the mood to go out and start spending my money on like traveling. I mean, I had plans to like go to Nottingham to see Dust Till Dawn. I had plans to maybe go to London again to see Dragon and Sage and maybe spend a day or two down there, go on a bit of tourist thing, explore some of the other parts of London I haven't been to yet, etc., etc. But obviously, having spent, holy shit, Mom, look at me, I made the John Sweet State. Woo! Yeah, get excited, Corn King. Contribute to the hype train that's disappearing in 1 minute if you want, or don't. Doesn't really matter. Stainless steel's teeth must appear more tempting now. Yeah. This is a long overdue thing, and I don't regret having it. It explains why I wasn't really able to go out and do a lot of things that required me to spend a lot of money. And that's okay. I didn't exactly do nothing over the summer. It just meant I had to curb back my more ambitious plans to go traveling this time around. Next time around, when we get to the summer of 2025, if I make it to that point, I will be able to, and in fact will be quite willing to do quite a lot more. Because hopefully by then I will be able to afford to do such things a bit more. On-screen celebration, nice. Ooh, is that a new reward? No, it's some thing that Twitch added about 2 months ago, I think. We get a couple of extra options if you are willing to spend bits, I think. Maybe you can use channel points, I don't know. Oh god, a giant stinky cheese in the chat. Great. Looks cheesy to me. Yeah, I haven't really looked into that, to be honest. But it's a thing you can do now. Haven't really looked into my rewards because there hasn't really been any need to use a lot of them recently. Which is fine. Doesn't really matter. It's bells and whistles. Anyway, so, what else did I do over the summer? I did manage to go see a cricket match. It wouldn't get rained off. That was nice. I did go to a place I wanted to go for a few years, but it was kind of meh. It was okay. Nice little nature walk, but it wasn't that impressive what I was expecting. It was alright, but I had better memories there. Oh, hold on a second. Alright, sorry about that. Hi, John's wonderful mom. Oh, that's very nice of you, man. I'll pass on the message. So, yeah, she also just wanted to remind me that I took my nephew to a zoo during his time down here, which I did, which was quite nice. He got to see some dinosaurs and some other animals, and he was very lovely to be around. He's quite smart for a 3.5-year-old. Will be 4 in December. Very intelligent young lad. Yeah, he likes his dinosaurs, but I think the dinosaurs might have scared him a little bit. I think he's kind of. I think he kind of views dinosaurs as being very cartoony and very cuddly things. I don't think he likes the idea of dinosaurs being tall, mean, killing things. Not so keen on that element, but he does like his dinosaurs all the same. And obviously, we look into that. So yeah. Just very tall, feathery chickens. Yeah. So I didn't actually go to a lot of different places per se. I did kind of laze around a fair bit of the summer-ish, but I did get some things sorted out. And one of the things I did manage to sort out over a couple of days of the summer was I finally decluttered my room once again. And I got rid of a lot of old crap that I'd been keeping. Now, obviously, when I moved here a few years ago, I got rid of a lot of things, and I kind of wish that I'd actually done what I did this time with my PS2 stuff. I'd actually gone and sold some of them, made a bit of money back. But in fairness, I did give all my stuff back then to charity as much as I could, and I just binned the rest. But I could have given some stuff to like a CEX and maybe made a few. Probably would have made quite a few quid actually, but I felt like giving it to a charity shop instead. Although in hindsight, I would never do it again. I would have gone to CEX and made some money. And it would have gone to a place where it would have more likely been passed on to someone else who would have wanted that kind of stuff. But to be fair, there's hopefully some kid out there right now who has access to a massive Game Boy library of consoles and a couple of games. But anyway, so I cleared out my room and all the stuff. I dealt with I had old clothes that I got rid of. I had things in my drawers I was keeping for reasons related to the previous house and in the past, which I got rid of. And I just basically decluttered everything I wasn't planning on using anymore. And obviously, I will need to continue to refine this, especially with the fact I have too many clothes. But I got rid of all the ones I absolutely don't need. But, as part of being more minimalistic, trying to keep clutter to a minimum, which is great. I'm so glad I've embraced that since, I used to be quite a hoarder of things about 10 years ago. And now I don't hoard a lot of things at all, to be honest. I really just keep around only the basics as much as I can. And part of that process was I finally got rid of all my PS2 stuff. My PlayStation, now, you've probably heard me talk about in the past, over the last few years, that one of the plans I was going to do was I was one day going to get around to playing my PS2 games, get some kind of emulation of things set up, using my PS2 as a BIOS or some shit like that, and that moment just never came. So I finally decided to no longer be hoarding all these PS2 games, and to be quite honest with you, I could just do this online without needing any of that. I already have a PS1 emulation. These things aren't very hard to find, let's put it that way. And I doubt a PS2 one would be very ridiculously hard to set up for any game I used to own, should I want to play it at all. So I decided just to sell off all my my old PS2 games, and unfortunately the old console was broke anyway, and I just junked the rest of it, controllers, memory cards, which had long been wiped, to be fair. I got rid of the memory cards wiped and useless anyway. So I got rid of all of it. All this PS2 stuff I've been kind of keeping hold of for the potential, but one day I might use it to play PS2 games on a stream. That's just gone. Gone. Because I don't have the time. And honestly, it was just a bit pointless to keep it. Because if I really did want to sell a PlayStation 2 type stream, I could. I have a powerful enough computer, and there's enough emulation stuff out there. It's going to be fun moving all your crap on one country over here for too much stuff. Yeah. That's why I want to keep it simple. So when I eventually do move from this house, and one day I will, I don't want a lot of things to be faffing about with. I just don't like the idea of having all the clutter to look after, I just want to keep it as simple as I can, Only the stuff I absolutely do need will be kept. And that way, keep an eye on it a bit better. But yeah, that means all my PS2 stuff is gone. So I don't know if I ever will do a PS2 stream. With all the stuff I've got in front of me at the moment, it might be I never get around to that. And that might be okay. I only have a limited amount of time on this earth before I perish. I cannot play everything. And that is an attitude that I have had to continue to somewhat remind myself of when I've been very ambitious and wanting to play this game or that game or this game or the other game or the other game, and wanting to do this and that, and then it says that and this and that, and talking about all this doing things. As I'm getting on towards my 40s, I'm having to start realizing that I need to start thinking about what kind of things do I actually want to play, and what will I have the time to get around to doing. And that's still something I'm working out, but what I certainly worked out is I did not have time for PS2 physical copies when I don't need them. So I sold them. I sold them to CEX. I sold all of them, and surprisingly enough, I actually made a decent bit of money back. And for all the PS2 games that I gave to them, I made in total around £200 plus. However, most of that came from 4 games of the many. Now, I've actually kept the receipt that I got from CEX. I don't know if you'd be curious. Maybe we take a little dive into this. I don't know. I just kept this for curiosity's sake, if nothing else. So I had quite a fair few games. Maybe this will serve as a guide for you or anyone else in case you just so happen to have a PlayStation 2 library and you want to sell it to CEX. Which ones might be worth a shit? Because there's a lot on there that you'd be surprised isn't. And I was a bit surprised too, because most of these would have been decent condition, but regardless, they were sold. So I will, to begin with, I will go over the ones that add up to a total of me getting an initial £57. The ones that aren't worth as much, if you allow me this indulgence a little bit. So I had, and keep my eyes all, well, okay, there was one Wii game, which, you know, again, if I wanted to play that game badly, I would just emulate that too. So, you know, I had hello, oh, what the fuck is this? Fuck off. Go away. Bot out. Be gone. So, I had Silent Hill 4, The Room. That got me £18. Now, that wasn't one of the really rare ones I had, but it was one of the ones that sold for the most money. I had Samurai Warriors, the first one, that was £2. I had Dynasty Warriors 5, £1.30. Dynasty Warriors 3, which I consider to be one of the best PS2 games I've ever played, £2. A game called Extermination, which was some very early sci-fi. I don't think I ever played it actually. 60p. And then a copy of Ju-On the Grudge on the Wii, which is a game that I would have liked to have played at some point, but it was really weird. There's some, either I fucked up or I missed something, but I think there might have been a problem with the Wii version. I don't know, some weird shit. But anyway, that got me £17. So that was pretty notable. £2 for the Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends. £1.50 for Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires. I used to be a Dynasty Warriors fan. Like quite a bit. Yeah, that's in the Gaming Muse play, that one. Jack 2 Renegade was £1.30. A PC copy of Halo Combat Evolved, which I don't need anymore because there's a Master Chief Collection that has everything. Which is a game series I might get around to at some point. Maybe. That was only for 10p. Original PC copy. Okay, so I guess I had a few PC games as well, to be fair. Command & Conquer Red Alert 2, 10p. This was with discs and a manual, so decent condition. And now this is fucking hilarious. So an original physical copy of Warcraft 3 and its expansion, 1p each. 1p, which quite honestly, considering Blizzard is probably about the fucking current price of existence. Those fucking scumbags. But honestly, yeah, 1p at CX. No kidding. I was a bit surprised too. Why did I sell those? Because, Shakar, I don't really care for RTS games. And if I wanted to play them so badly, I'd just, you know, play them on, like, BlizzNet. Oh, wait, no, I can't do that because they remastered them and forced you to play the updated versions. I have no intention of playing them. Also, I can't on my current computer anyway. I'd have to... The only way I'd be able to play the original versions of those games would be on the high seas these days. So the disc would be completely useless. If I ran them, they'd want to connect to BlizzNet, and BlizzNet would want me to connect and upgrade to a remastered. So, yes, Dragon is what I was kind of subtly suggesting. Anyway, Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction expansion, 1p. The original Diablo 2 on a PC with disc, which I don't think I played very much, 10 pence. Kessen on the PS2, 70p. Time Splitters 2, £2. Mercenaries, Playgrounds of Destruction, which is one of those games I wouldn't mind taking a look at potentially. Indeed, Maddock. Was only 30p. Res was £4. And Res Infinite exists on the PC. Dynasty Warriors 4 was £2 on the PlayStation 2. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was £1.50. And GTA 3 was 60 pence. I had Vice City as well, actually, which is odd, but whatever. Res came out in like 2002 or something. This is the original. It's been out for like 20 years. So yeah, some prices there of interest. I thought it was interesting. Anyway, those are for the non-rare games. And that surprised me, because honestly when I trade all of them in, I expected to get nothing more than about £60, £70 for the whole collection. But then, it turns out, I had four rare PS2 games. Surprisingly. And this got me another £163 just for those 4 games. Holy shit. That was a decent amount of money. So I walk away with about £220 in a single day. It's not bad. Makes up a... Hello, Pineapple. That was a decent amount of money. I'm going to get silly sweet with it, but it appears to. And thank you for the 70-month sub, Pineapple. How are you doing this evening? So, then there were 4 rare games. The first one was Project 02, which is a game I'd like to play at some point, actually, because it's the camera game. It was the one that came out shortly after The Ring. Hi, I work. Nice. And this one was worth £16. Right? No, sorry, £46. Sorry, it's a bit faded on this receipt, but that was in manual and boxed. £46 for a copy of Project 02. Crimson Butterfly, the original box. Would have been used a couple of times, but very good condition. Then the original Project Zero, and this is the PS2, £18. And then Silent Hill 2, manual and boxed, was £30. And finally, Forbidden Siren 2, £69, because it was with a manual and it was boxed. That was the most rarest game I had in terms of financial value. Forbidden Siren 2 is the sequel to that game where you sight jack enemies to sneak around and stuff, and I don't know why I even bought that game. So I played it for a bit and didn't like it at all from what I remember back then. But I guess it's a rarity. So there you go. I thought that'd be kind of semi-interesting to go through. Now I can throw these receipts away because I have no other use for them. I don't really care about keeping that, so that'll be junked. But there you go. I cleared out all my PS2 stuff. Hope you had a good weekend, by the way, Falcon, everyone. So yeah, that is what I did, and then obviously my clothes got sorted, a lot of old junk got sorted, and now my room has much less clutter, and I have more. I can find what I want easier, and it's great. It feels good, honestly, to be able to know where everything is and to be able to find what I want quicker. It's very convenient. Very miserable here today, by the way. It is raining. It's going to rain tomorrow. It's going to rain probably for about half of fucking days for the rest of the year, since we're now heading towards autumn. You got more order and some money on top of double win. Yeah, it was nice, I mean, it's something I'd been wanting to do for a couple of years again, just go through all my stuff again, declutter, and I did. The only thing I didn't get around to was sorting out some loose change, since contactless is becoming more of a thing, but I'll probably take care of that now on like half term in October or something. That'll probably be like the last bit of real sort of hangover clutter I can get rid of now. Because I used to keep like changes of like 20s, 10s, 5s, 2s, and 1s. But with contactless, the kind of stuff is getting a lot less meaningful than it used to be a few years ago. So I probably need to cash them up, try and get a bit of maybe another £100 or whatever out of those, and then that's it. No more keeping change in large quantities, to be honest. So, yeah. But I'll take care of that in a half term or a weekend, or probably half term, because I'll have to go in during the week. So the only chance I'll get to do that is during a half term break, which I won't be having for 8 weeks. So, well, okay, yeah, about 8 weeks. Gotta do a 7-week term and it's a week off. Unfortunately, we don't get to be off for Halloween, but the week before, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But that's the next thing I'm looking forward to now, is the October half-term break, and then I can do that and have a really fun week playing horror games and doing other things. So, yeah, and then obviously we went to a casino one time and I didn't go. I'll talk more about it in the poker section again. I went to the casino once, didn't go well. And then the regional final was today, which also didn't go too great. And that was about it for my summer, to be honest. I just had a lot of downtime. I did read a bit more about meditation book. I still need to work for the rest of the book. To be honest, it's very enlightening, but I didn't do a lot of reading like I was going to do. So like a shit ton of fucking books to read. Really do need to pick up on the reading a bit more, because I got so many books in my room, but like I don't know if I'll ever get around to finishing them all. I was starting to work my way through the books and just about wrap them up, and then I have a bunch more now. So I need to start getting through those a little bit. So yeah, that's about it for my summer, to be honest. I probably could have done a bit more, but as I said, I was restricted financially. I mean, obviously, to be clear, I could afford to do all the things if I wanted to do them. I just didn't want to go crazy on the spending because I'm trying to sell for a house. So, the main thing I probably am a bit disappointed in is I didn't really get out to the casino as much as I'd have liked. But, yeah. Anyway, so obviously I'm going to be back at work tomorrow. I mean, it's an inset day tomorrow, so it's training, which is fucking boring. Usually is, but it is what you gotta learn. Gives us a bit of time to settle in. I got a new class this year, so I gotta learn new routines. I got a lot of shit I'll probably need to I'll be doing every single day. There's like physio stuff, talk tool stuff, and it's a different class. There's a lot of things I'll have to do differently probably. So there'll be a bit of adjustment period for the first term while we get used to the working with these, I think it's 11 kids. Or is it 10, 11? It's 10, 11, whatever. I'm learning all their routines and what they like, what they dislike, what the classrooms. It'd be nice to see what the classroom looks like and what kind of stuff I'm expected to do, and stuff like that. And obviously one of the things I'll need to sort out early on is making sure I secure a permanent TA2 position, because that's not really guaranteed at the moment. I need to reapply for my job because the maternity leave on the job I'm currently occupying expires in November. And as I found out at the end of the last term, if you are in a TA2 job and someone maternity leave cover, whatever, you don't just become a TA2 and stay there. You have to go back and apply and get a permanent role. So I will have to, as soon as possible, I will be applying for the job again to get a permanent TA2, so I don't have to worry about that ever again, which would be nice. I also half suspect that I'll be changing classrooms at some point in the next 4 months. I have a feeling I will not be finishing the calendar year in the same classroom. OBS is being a bit slightly derpy, but hopefully not too many drop frames. But we'll see how it pans out. The first thing I need to prioritize is getting that TA2 permanent position locked in, and then I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to be like going back to TA1, and then if they have to make their own job cuts, well, I'm not immediately in the line of fire for that. Thinking worst case scenario, of course, I have good standing with the people I'm working with at the moment, but thinking more sort of long term, I want that security of having been a level 2, so that if I need to move somewhere else, I can just be level 2 there too. My best friend is an assistant teacher called PAE, a pedagogical assistant, and now he's at the school my kids go to. He sees my kids more often than I do. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Just back to work is always a bit awkward. It doesn't really take me that long, though, to be fair, usually. I mean, it's not fun to have to do it, but I'm pretty sure by about a day or two when I'm back, I'm pretty much back in the routine, and my mindset will be just fine. It's just that snap transition is always really awkward, and that's why I'm kind of glad, to be honest, that there is an inset day, just so to ease me back into getting up early, going into work, seeing the classroom, seeing all the staff again. Woo. And getting back into that I've got to be up early 5 days a week routine. I'm going to be tired most of the weekend routine, so I can't really be doing that anymore because I'm going to be doing things differently this time from now on. Yeah. So, also something I've decided to do, since it is September and since over the summer, unfortunately, my weight loss situation was not really tracked effectively, and it didn't go. I'm not terribly out of shape, but I'm not exactly at the 17 stone mark I wanted to achieve at the end of summer. Unfortunately, I didn't let myself completely go, to be fair. I still managed to get to the gym 3 times a week. I managed to get out enough. But obviously it was, all the relaxing down in the summer, not as healthy eating, a lot of drinking and so forth, the kind of things that you do when you have 6 weeks off and you get to relax and not have to worry about such things. But kind of an Achilles heel of that is that I do really okay when I'm at work. I have access to these things. Once I do have access to these things, I sometimes go a bit overboard. And not in the doom-wad way. Not massively like I used to, but still just like the liberties of drinking and eating, I guess, a bit too much perhaps. So with that in mind, what I've decided to do for September is I'm going to have a dry month where I'm not going to drink anything for the whole of September. And that way it should help give me a nice start for to be honest with you, given what I'm going to be potentially doing with my new class, I might need to be very quickly being more active, and I need to shift the weight quick, potentially. We'll see. But also, I just want to have a dry month after all the excess I've had for the last month. Being able to drink most nights, being able to indulge a bit. So I'm going to have a dry September where I don't drink anything. Maybe I'll extend that to my birthday on the 3rd, but maybe not. And then we'll see. But I'm going to have a dry September to help restart and set better habits. So I've done these dry months before, and they usually help. So I think it'd be a good time to do that, to be honest with you, and It might set a nice precedent. I mean, obviously, a few years ago, I actually did, for a few months, actually quit drinking altogether around this time and actually didn't drink for. I think it was actually not this last summer, I don't think, but I think it was maybe 2 years ago. I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure there was a period where I actually didn't drink for about 5 or 6 months. I just completely went off of it. Yeah, and then around Christmas time, I went back into it under the guise of, well, it's moderation, and I shouldn't deny myself completely. And to be fair, I shouldn't. But I don't know. A part of me does wonder if I, you know, could completely just quit drinking alcohol altogether, and how much that would benefit me. Perhaps, maybe. It has been a consideration once or twice that I could try and do something like that again. Except actually keep at it and don't relapse over holiday periods. Because I definitely know that when I was not drinking, I certainly felt different. I guess I didn't drink for 2 years or so during some time. I didn't even notice it because drinking is not important. Only in retrospect I realised. Yeah, I certainly know that when I wasn't, I actually felt, well, from what I recall, wow, I definitely felt better not drinking. And I definitely did. I definitely slept a little differently and maybe slightly better than I have usual. I think the problem was is that I didn't exactly necessarily fill in the void from that with um, not healthy eating or drinking in other regards either. But I certainly know that I can remember how I felt on the time when I wasn't drinking for months and months. It felt good. It genuinely felt quite good, honestly. And I do wonder if I should have another go at that. But that's something to consider for next month. Right now, all I want to do is just have a dry September, not spend a lot of money, and knuckle down and you know get a bit healthier because I really do want to end this year on 17 stone something. I really do want to lose the weight. I really am tired of saying this on every other fucking sweet state. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight, and never actually doing it. And I really want to just get to that point where I do lose a good chunk more weight, and I really start heading in at least physically, in that more positive direction. Um, I don't know. I didn't weigh myself today. I'm 18 stone something. Maybe 18 stone 3, maybe 18 stone 4. Not terrible. And definitely better than what I used to be a few years ago when my baseline was around 19 stone, sometimes reading into 20. I have a lower baseline of 18-ish stone. But, yeah, that's exactly, yeah, I can't look in the past. Obviously, I can't change the past. I can only live in the present moment. But I want to have this. I want to wake up with this feeling one day when I wake up and like I can look down and my body is a lot thinner, and you know I've always wanted to kind of experience what it would feel like to have that kind of body instead of something like the fatness. Just see what it would feel like. I think it'd be nice. And I certainly could do it if I just have enough willpower to stick through it, and if I can keep myself busy and don't get distracted by things. If I can do that, if I can have a new focus, if I can just think about something that isn't just eating food to fill the void or drinking to fill the void, then I think I would be able to crack it, and I'd finally be able to overcome another little barrier in my life that I've had for way too fucking long, to be honest. And I'm actually going to be doing something to help with that. starting this week coming up. So yeah, I'm having a dry September. I won't be drinking at all. I won't be going out. I won't feel bad. I've been out nearly every night for about a month, so. I can't do willpower things based over a longer time if impossible. I'm forced to arrange such things that it's all pleasant to me. Fair enough. I mean, I'm going to be in work 5 days a week, and then all I gotta do is fill something on Fridays and Saturdays to keep me busy. And I should figure I have that already. I just need to not be tempted to go, oh, it's a Saturday night, it's 9 o'clock, I need to go out and drink or eat or snack. I need to be like, no, we could do something more productive with this time. We could be doing something else. We could do something nice so that I can go to bed at a decent time, get up at an earlier time, and maybe do something in the morning instead. I don't have to sleep until fucking 12 o'clock sometimes on some weekend days. My weekend cycle does not have to consist of work 5 days a week, and on Friday, drink, wake up at 11 or 12, do some shit, drink, wake up at 11 or 12, do some shit, and go out to work the next day. I'm fucking tired of that. That's a waste of a weekend. I could be using those mornings for doing something some of the time, and certainly, just being productive on the weekend, just doing something different on the weekends, on my time off, instead of just the same old. It's not getting me anywhere. And that's what I'm going to be aiming to do from now on, going into this new academic year. And having a dry September will be a good kickstart to that, I think, because it will remind me that not drinking is actually a much better lifestyle choice for me, and I should probably stick with that. So, that's what's happening for the personal situation. The weight loss will come. And I'll hopefully be able to happily report by maybe December, when it's winter, when it's cold, when we're wearing jumpers again, because these t-shirts give us another 2 weeks, and then we'll be wearing fucking... Actually, no, to be fair, from my bizarre experience, the warm weather will probably last another month, and then it'll be October, and then it'll be colder. Alcohol consumption on a regular schedule is bad. Yeah, I'd argue in my case, alcohol consumption period is bad for me. It doesn't have any benefit. And I could saving my money by not buying any in the first place, when I've proven and shown in the past I don't need it. That's the thing. I've gone on a very long patch of time when I did not drink at all, and while I did have a non-alcoholic cider sort of thing in place, I did not drink. But even that was not really helping, because the non-alcoholic cider was just as fattening as the regular cider. The whole idea is to stop drinking it altogether in any capacity and find healthier alternatives and keep yourself occupied, which is the main thing I want to be working on, is finding things to keep me occupied so I don't feel the need to fill the void with unhealthy alternatives. And I may have just found something that could do that for me, and it's called poker. So, that is my personal situation. Summer break, dry September, PS2 games are gone. And weight loss will happen. It will fucking happen. It is getting a bit dark in here. Can you still see this webcam okay? It's like when you're having fun and you got your whole life in shape and you're in a nice social situation like a party, you can use alcohol as an expression of the collective fun that is had. But knowing ahead of time, I'll come out home as every day and have a beer. That's what I can't stand behind. Yeah, and that's pretty, and that's what I've been doing over a lot of the summer. I'd be like, I'd do something in the day, and then I'd be like, I'm going out, having a few drinks. It doesn't achieve anything. I can understand, on weekends you're allowed maybe a day to drink or something, but I always just feel that I could be using that time to do something else. I don't need to drink to do things. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not in my I'm not even in my early 30s. I can't drink as much as I used to anyway. You know? I mean, one shouldn't do it with alcohol, that regular habit thing. That's what one should do with yoga, walking, exercise, reading. Yeah. And reading should be something I need to get back into again. Yes, we get. I'm not 46. Fuck off. I'm 38. Although I'm surprised still how some people do not believe that. They guess my age. Even the staff at my current job, some of them could not believe I was 38. They honestly put me in my late 20s, or at least like 30, early 30s. They did not put me at 38 years of age. I mean, apparently my genetics are okay-ish. You know, compared to being a bit younger than I actually am. It would be nice if I was 28. In my 20s, it'd be great. But, nope, 38. And in a month's time, I'll be 39, and then next year, I'll be 40. I'm just too hot for my age. Alright, I'm going to put the... I think, judging that this weather's not going to get any better, I think we need to stick on a... Actually, no. I think we'll be alright for a little bit. But if it gets any darker, we'll stick on the lights a little bit. Because you know that little blurry affair with the webcam. Moving on to the next topicy thing is obviously because it is John is 36 years of cute. 36. I would give it 2 years. Could have been a really ugly baby, perhaps. I don't know. Sweet, cute. Yeah, I'm 38. 38. Not 36. Wish I was 30. You may have... Yes, I'm 38. Born on the 3rd of October, 1985. On the day of an earthquake. Which is a coincidence, really. I see. So, maybe if I, like, do some Super Shotgun sounds over the audio, maybe I can, you know... Maybe Shakar will get to hear the whole message. I'll make some random do noises. Spooktober. Camel sound. Alright. Fuck it. It's getting too dark in here already. I'm going to turn the light on. Fuck it. Just do this now so I can remain focused on whatever. There we go. Also not sure how much I actually want to... Hey. I could right now have been heading back from the regional final with a success story. I want to get this done. You know, I always have to get these done at the beginning of the month. Besides, I can't really do this stream in any other time than an evening. So I can do it in the afternoon. I'll be done at some point in the night. So, Spooktober is coming up next month. Since it is October, my favourite month of the year. Which also happens to have my birthday in it, but I like October because I always associate it with the spooky season. And similar to last year and the year before that, my plan is going to be for the month of October, I will be playing a bunch of spooky horror games of different kinds. And so I need to spend part of this month planning out what games I'm going to play for that, which so far has amounted to nothing because I haven't planned anything yet. This is one thing that Maddock linked in the chats, in the Discord or something like that. I'll just move my webcam out of the way something you just linked in the Discord, which is some Doomwad apparently. Mind Prison Project is out now. I have not watched this yet, but it's a thing that you've suggested, Maddock. The fuck is this?
It's here. Mind Prison Project is finally out. The 32 map megawatt single-handedly created by me and only me is done. This has been an incredible effort and a labor of love towards Doom itself, and now you can download the full 32 map megawatt for yourself. The link is in the description. Be warned though, don't expect a walk in the park in terms of difficulty. You can also find the megawatt in the mode browser for the Doom and Doom 2 re-release, and it will soon come to 8 games as well. Have fun!
Wow, I really like the fact there's a fucking pop-up in the middle of this, so I can't see the middle. That's really cool. Okay, yeah. Let's just, yeah. It's been up for ages. I fucking hate it. That's why you gotta usually try and revolve that shit by having a blank thing at the end of the video, so it doesn't cover up anything useful. Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing that. It's not really in vibe for what I want to be. Oh, thank you for the follow name that totally isn't suspicious whatsoever. So, anyway, I need to pick some games for Spooktober, of course. And I have to be honest with you, I haven't actually really thought about what that is at the moment. I need to actually start to get a bit of a list of games that will be good for Spooktober. Now, obviously, sometimes around October, certain things become available and might change my mind. But I probably need to start getting an idea of what I currently own that would be good for what I want to play this year, or what I need to acquire if I want to play it this year. I know what you want me to play. You want me to play Resident Evil Village. Probably. There's a fair list of things that I could play. Oh, that's what you were thinking. Oh, okay. So, I'm sort of just going to go over my... I mean, I know I've done this before, but we can do it again. Maybe I could spitball some ideas as to what I might want to actually play. Play for free. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, so I guess the first thing I should probably do is go over my library of games that I do own at the moment. There's a demo I need to look at some point. And so these are like all the current things I have installed, and then here is a list of games that will be qualified under future projects. I have a decent chunk of games I could consider for Spooktober. So, for example, there is... I mean, this is apparently a Dead Space clone, which apparently isn't too bad, or whatever. There is Alice games, I guess. There is this one, which came out last year. That little TV game about the cartoon character that Dragon gifted to me. This is a side-scrolling thing, I think. I don't know what the hell this is. I think there might be a better time of year to play this one. To be honest. That game's got a sequel already? God. There's Cultic, I guess. I think I had this one, actually. Oh, yeah, Chapter 2 hasn't come out for this game. It has this, so... Yeah, probably won't be playing that one, because still waiting on Chapter 2 in the full release. This one is some... I don't know why I have this one. I've had this for a very long time, and I've never played it. I think it's... We Harvest Shadows. Yeah, that's on my wish list. We're getting to that after. There's actually one for Man the Adventurer 2. Oh, must be so well then, I guess. This one apparently I think is a point-and-click game. I don't know why I have this one. Must have just heard about it at some point. There's this, which is apparently a very interesting little game. Deadly Premonition. I'm just sort of going over like all the possibilities. I haven't really thought about it. I'm just going over a list and to give you an idea of what I currently own. I have a BFG edition of Doom, which would include the Lost thing. I don't know if I want to be playing Doom 3 necessarily for Spooktober. I mean, I could do, but I don't know. It might be nice to go through Doom 3 and play out the Lost missions and go for the expansion and have it done. But this could be served for another time, maybe. But it's a consideration. It would probably just about qualify for being within the Spooktober category. Now, I've already played the original version. A long time back. No, that's not it. Oh, this is a side scroller, which I don't, for some reason, don't know why. There's this one, Forgive Me Father. Elden Ring is under future projects, interesting. Yeah, I probably need to move that actually off future projects, to be honest. There was a time when in the past I was considering yeah, I'm actually gonna remove that from that one and place it somewhere else. Sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling. Yeah, we'll put that in a different section, I think. Hey, Serious Kakademon, how's it going? The BFG edition takes a while to spook element away from it, though, so it won't be as good for Spooky Month. Yeah, that's probably why I might not play Doom 3. It's something I've played before. I probably trying to find a new game. This one might qualify a little bit. Spooky little Lovecraftian game that I wouldn't mind getting around to. That one's not been worked on yet. No. I don't know if I can get this running or not. This could be interesting. Vice City for Spooktober. I have no mouth. This is a very classic little horror game, apparently. This is a thing. This one, I think, is by the same people who made... I do see something you do need to play, even not for Spooky Month, Hexen 2. Yeah, and, well, you can see a lot of games on there that, you know... I think this is by the same people who made that Anna game with the little kid I played a few years back. I think. Was it the same developers? Might have been. Sure, that's why it's here. We've got the first Little Nightmares, which is a thing. I got this Lucius, which is where you play as a possessed kid. Oh, this is an FPS thing. I don't think that really counts. This is a thing that Kinecost's involved with. Don't think that counts massively. Got Pig Saw, which is a very brief little game. Hello there, Minerva. How you doing? Hope you're having a good evening. So I'm just looking at all the potential like spooky game shits I could play. I also got Resident Evil Village. If I fancy playing another Resident Evil game. Rise of Insanity. What the heck is this? I'm not sure what this is. Falcon's Worst Nightmare. That's a little telephone. Replay the Fear games concluded masterpiece that is via free. I Spy a Shadow Man remastered. Yeah, I guess this might count as one. Possibly. Hey, guy. Hello there, Gaia. How you doing? So I'm just looking for the list here. What on earth is this? Alright, this is the one about the conducting an interview thing. It's a free game, I think. Yeah, it's a free little game. It came out last year. Yeah, it's a game about an interview with someone. Okay, so I guess that's a brief game, I guess, possibly. And then, okay, so I guess I don't have a massive amount of, like, horror games on this list. I thought I had a few more than this, but I guess I do not. On the Steam list, anyway. Yeah, no, Draken, I'm not playing this just yet. This is one I will play when I can spare about 4 months to get through it. But rest assured, given my appreciation for the previous 2 games, I will play that at some point. I have a gift from Lord Misfit. Okay, well, that makes this a bit easier. Yeah, I was just about to go on my wish list. Great. Thank you, Lord Misfit. That's very kind of you. And we will add that immediately. Brilliant. Right, well, yeah, I went to play this last year, actually, when it came out. But, and so I think I will definitely play it this year. Because, oh dear God, it looks really, really good. Like, not even kidding, it's insanely. I mean, I'm not going to show it. You've probably all seen it already, I'd imagine. You know, it's the black and white Junji Ito style adventure game. It's like a roguelike sort of thing, but it's got this really, really creepy art style going for it. It's just really good. So yeah, now I have this game in my possession, I'll be playing it. Hey, Nitro. I mean, that was incredible. I immediately loved this style the first time I saw any footage for this, and it came out last year, and it's just amazingly looking. Oh my god, I could pre-purchase and play the early access of Black Ops. Nah, don't think I'll be doing that. So, now that World of Horror has been confirmed to be on my Spooktober list at some point, there are other things I'm keeping an eye on, and boring. I remember that. Still very funny little parody game. So one of the things I actually recently really did like from the Gamescom demos, and I don't think this is coming out, unfortunately, anytime soon, was this. I mean, Shakar, you've always said you wanted to get me into this kind of a game, a sort of like survival crafting thing.
How long has it been?
This is
5 days.
This might be the it.
I need to get up. But no matter how much I sleep, I still feel tired. Maybe it's because the nights here feel unsettling. I'm just so tired of feeling tired. The only thing that brings me a bit of comfort is that I'll never talk to another human being ever again. I've decided that this abandoned farm will be the place where I die. But that day's a way off. At least I hope so. But until then, that leaves me with an ever-pressing question I can't seem to figure out. How do I fill the time? There's always a lot to do on a farm, and it's good to keep busy.
Surprisingly unnerving.
It gets your mind off things, like the things you've lost. We'll see what winter brings after the harvest.
A game with the good tomatoes. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed this after I got into it. Like, it's basically like the sort of crafting game, but then there's like horror elements just sprinkled in. And it does quite a few things I liked. Like, it doesn't really handhold the player too much. The scares are interesting, and there's a potentially decent, interesting dark backstory to the character. So really, unfortunately, there's no real release date, so probably won't be seeing this year. But it's a game that recently caught my attention, as did this one. And this one, I think, is this one? I think this one is coming out this year, quite soon as well, in fact. Wait, there's a second gift? What? Oh, hi! Booze! Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Lord Mister. That's very kind of you. Alright, awesome. Pools. That's the Liminal horror game, and now I can play with the ducks. Well, thank you very much, Warden Misfit. Now I will have to play that too. Although I don't actually know how, like, dry it is, but whatever. Anyway, this is something I think is coming out this Halloween, I think. You know, I'm a big fan of it, but I seem to have some fun. I think it could be interesting. For sure. No. Well, I don't need to play that, because I've already have done. So yeah, this is something else that Drow can point out to me over the summer that is a thing. Nightmare House Reimagined, which is from the people who created We in Sound Mind. It'd be nice if this came out in October. Although I don't know it'd be very long, and I don't really know if it would massively do anything new, but I'm going to add the original version to my wish list. I've already played it. I don't really need to play it again, really, to be honest. I'd be more curious to play the reimagined version. Unless the original mod is doing something different.
Welcome to Never Lose Hope Hospital. We're here for you because we care. At the site,
Wait, so this is also the second one, is it? It's not just the first one? It looks like a typical cliche horror game. Nah, I'm not playing the original again. The effect wouldn't be the same. I'd know what to expect if I played it. But playing a reimagined version might be a little different at least. Now obviously the reason I'm interested in this particular thing is... well, not this, but like the reimagining version.
Wake up. It's time for the real nightmare to begin.
Oh yeah. It is the full package, which is nice. So, the Lost Files, whatever it is. I think I know what that is. I think the Lost Files is something... if I recall correctly, you can go back to the house again, and it plays out slightly differently, but it's not quite the same. I seem to remember something like... it's like an alternate version of going for the first one or something. So I have an interesting history with this particular game. I mean, you have heard me talk a bit about it when I played in Sound Mind a couple of years ago. But this was originally a Half-Life 2 source mod that I played way early back when I was a Dopeworth streamer, called Nightmare House. And then I played Nightmare House 2 when that came out fresh back in 2010, and Nightmare House 2 is one of the scariest experiences I had back then. It had some pretty creative scares in it, and it did some things very well. And it was probably one of the best streams I ever did. And the real sad thing is I played through Nightmare House 2 in like one sitting of 3 or 4 hours. It was, in my opinion, it's the best stream I've ever done in my life, and I do not have the full video archived, unfortunately. However, I do have some oh bloody hell, this fucking thing is archived a little bit. Yeah. Let me just see if I can find it for you to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can find a old. Oh god, yeah, this is an old one. I don't know if I've shown this before, but this is me playing this. God, August 2010, 14 years ago.
Bullshit! Oh god! Oh no! What's going on? Oh crap!
Yeah, this is from Nightmare House 2.
Oh wow! Hello.
And you are listening. And you are listening to old
what's
me.
Going on? Oh shit! Things are exploding. Hey, it's the bed shit again, like from the first game. What's going on? There's another... Oh no, 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 no! You've got to be kidding me! Oh, sweet Jesus Christ! You want to go into the darkness? Oh man!
I know, young me.
I don't want to do this. I can't see anything. I'm heading towards some. Oh! Oh god. Oh god. That was a bit unexpected. I thought.
Nice health, by the way. This is what 2010 Suitepee considered scary. But this spot is still well crafted, to be fair. I don't know if I've shown us before. Maybe I have.
Okay.
I might have done.
Right.
But in case you haven't seen it, here you go.
God damn it.
Bit of Dopeworth's history.
Okay. Alright.
I was genuinely quite spooked by that drop. I'm not kidding. That was not like an overreaction thing.
God, that was a bit intense, I have to say. Oh, so quick. Oh god.
Used to be my thing back then to play a lot of horror games.
Well,
I was partly known as a horror streamer.
Red Yoshi, I only need to use it because the zombies aren't easy to kill. But that's at the moment. I'm sure they've got something to show us. Oh god. Whatever next game. Just... Oh shit. Oh no, you've got to be kidding me. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I want out of this room now. I don't want to go back. Oh no. What are you doing, game? What are you doing? This is evil, game. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh god. Oh god. What's the game gonna do now? What's it gonna do? Oh god. That's the... Oh, what? Oh. What the fuck? There was a door here a second ago. Oh god, the game's fucking with us now. Let me guess, no door there. I don't want to turn around. Oh no, what is going on? Oh my god. Holy shit, the room's getting smaller. The fuck's going on? What? Whoa, whoa, what now? Oh great, I'm stuck in this fucking room all day. What? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, holy fuck!
Sweet one himself. Well, I was pretty spooked out by it at the time, anyway.
God.
I've referenced back to this scare a few times over the years.
Oh god. Oh.
And while this is happening, try to imagine there's a chat of about 100 plus people all reacting to this. Maybe 100, maybe 150 plus.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Scare of the year.
Every year.
Oh Jesus.
Hey, Super Monkey,
Christ.
how's it going?
Oh god.
Happy Sunday!
Oh god. Holy shit. Shit. I don't think that was probably the best scare I've ever had for a long time. Oh, loading screen. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, I watched that earlier.
That was pretty fucking epic right there, I have to say. Just when I was beginning to think, okay, this game, holy shit. Wow. Oh, dearie God. That was just brilliant. Game. Brilliant. Did we skip a chapter now? Are we? Oh, never mind. That was brilliant. 5 stars. I have to see. Oh, here we go. Chapter 4 operation. And we've got 4 chapters left, guys. We're not even halfway through the. Oh, chopper! Get to the chopper! Oh my god.
Could have to start the
Oh my
fan
god.
buzzing over here.
That was just really well done. Really. Oh wow, there's a chopper now. What's going on? Things are gonna pick up, maybe. Well, whatever.
Well, there you go. That was my an old sort of video of me from 14 years ago. Imagine having on-screen chat for that. Yeah, it was. And back then it was like really cool game, and it was free, and it was great. You know, different time, and that was like one of the best streams I've ever done. I stand by that. I don't know if I've been able to do as consistently good as a stream as I did that night. Because I played the whole thing. It took me about 3 or 4 hours. I was very immersed. I enjoyed most of it. It was a great stream. And it's a real shame I don't have the full copy of the original file. But I do have highlight clips and whatever say, so it's fine. So yeah, I've got a history with this game, and obviously you would have seen when I was playing the demo of In Sound Mind that 3 of the dev team came into the chat, and you know, I've always been admired Hens Masauki, who made Nightmare House, and you know, it's kind of interesting to going back to it again, considering I've said I wish they'd make a Nightmare House 3, but I guess they're just going to remake the original again, because they technically did go back and remake it for Nightmare House 2 in a sort of. That could actually be the Lost Files, you know. It could have been that remake they did for Nightmare House. I don't know. But interesting that they're doing another version. You still want the In Sound Mind sequel, and they might do that eventually. Who knows? But yeah, this is one that I think if it comes out in October, I'll definitely play it 100%. So yeah, that game's coming out next year. Screenbound, Star Trucker. I never got to play a demo of Star Trucker, you know. So I'll never get to. I don't know. This one was the one with the witches, wasn't it? The witches and the cutesy little thing. But to be quite honest with you, I might just remove this one actually. Not really interested in either of these anymore. Phantom Wine, that was the co-op little game. Yeah, I'll move that one as well, I think. Oh yeah, this one I was still interested in. Fumes. So, what other horror game, what other Spooktober games could I be considering for my wish list? There's this Parasite Flower, which apparently is a very interesting little side-scroller game. It's quite dark and depressing, somewhat, but apparently got a fascinating little story behind it, which I think I saw in a random YouTube part of it anyway, in a YouTube little thing. Like, it's a very short little game, but it's to be quite disturbing, somewhat. It's one of those games where you like keep walking and things change as a bunch of different days, but it's apparently meant to have quite a disturbing little thing going through as it develops. That's all we really get for that. So there's that as well. There's this one from, the Dust developer, which is that little game where you can't see him in the sort of dark. David Szymanski, yeah. This could be another little brief things. Similar in wasted attention. Yeah, perhaps. This one's a brief little thing I could also check out if I wanted to buy it, I mean, it's by the same guy who did Dusk and Iron Lung and Chuck Goblin, so it will probably be an interesting little brief game to play. So yeah, there's that as an option. Daka? Oh, that's that little hybrid game, isn't it? Oh yeah, the one with the hybrid thing that was like a bunch of stuff. Got the cat game, but that's not really Spooktober specific. Got this little, whatever the hell this is. This one's not coming out yet. Oh yeah, this one. This one is something I'll be considering. Although I'm not gonna immediately jump on it. I want to kind of see what the reviews state on this one a little bit first to get a feel for it. But this is the I'm not going to show. I've shown this trailer before, so I'm not really going to show it again. But this is basically the Dead by Daylight. Oh, there's a demo. Oh, that's interesting. There is a demo now. It's coming out in 2 days. I didn't know there was a demo. I wonder if that demo is time locked or not. May have to come back to this one. But yeah, this is the one by Supermassive, which is supposed to be similar to Until Dawn. You got your little adventure game with different choices and stuff like that, set in the Dead by Daylight universe, which could be interesting, potentially. Yeah, thank you. But obviously this is coming out in 2 days and not in October, but I might play it anyway. I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, because this is also quite a fairly expensive little game, I'm going to perhaps wait a little while. I mean, this is something I could always just play in Spooktober once maybe, I've seen a couple of reviews and the game turns out to be decent, maybe. But this is something I'm considering as well quite strongly. That demo might actually be nice to check out. Maybe I could check out that demo if it's... I'm going to wait and see if that demo stays up after the game's release or not. If it does, then maybe I'll play that at some point and I can see if I want to play the full thing. If not, then whatever. Nothing lost. That's an early one. Is out yet? This one's the. Main frequency's not out yet. Last Exterminator. What would you? That's that little. Wretched. Yeah, quite a few FPS games you can probably tell on my list. Oh yeah, there was this Slay the Princess, the psychological horror that I played the demo of last year, I think, when it was originally coming out. You remember this one? This is the one where you gotta slay the princess, and it's a bit of a thing. She's not quite what she seems. But it's like a very narrative-heavy game, but apparently it's really fascinating how it's done. So, yeah. I mean, I've already played the demo of this, so I don't need to... So yeah, there's that as well, which I'm considering. Northern Journey was another one I considered last year, which is that exploration game that's kind of the Nordic stuff. Big, massive exploration sort of thing. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going over potential Spooktober games for next month, by the way. Although 2 of them have just been confirmed thanks to World Misfits' generosity. World of Horror and Bulls. Yeah, it's about like an adventure game where you unlock more stuff and you create a lot of weird things. It's a bit janky, I believe, but I saw a review of Mandalore Gaming of this. Apparently it's really good on atmosphere. Very distinct kind of game. It's actually pretty decent. Hayrat. Maybe it qualifies a little bit. More of a weird game. And this is the one I really hope does do something in October. Coven. Which I believe something is coming out in October. The first episode is on its way for this. But, you know, still waiting to hear anything back from it. Wait. This looks a bit different. Whoa, wait. What the fuck is this? This looks different to what I played, I think. Back it up a second. Oh god, this does look different to what I played. Acid Manor? I mean, to be fair, I haven't played a demo of this for a little while, or ages, but this looks... Yeah, where the demo was updated, yeah, that's true. The slow motion now, and you just hook someone on a hook. Oh, I will bet you just eat them. Oh, he got noosed. It's not a hook, it's a noose. Oh, it still looks cool as hell, though. So I might... Dang. It does look different from when I played the demo of it last year, though, I think. Or was it the year before? But it's still, it's a pretty cool game. You play as a witch and you eat body parts to gain health, and it just looks really well done, you know, in general. Like, very gory, very interesting combat. Just looked very fun. I've been kind of raving about this game for about 2 years, so very interested to I mean, I did say that I wouldn't want to play a lot of early access stuff, episode 1 type materials, but having done it with The Relentless Frontier, due to the generosity of Bridge, I might make another exception for Colin, because it looks that good. This game. Oh, that's next year. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that this year. That could be a consideration for Spooktober in 2025. This one. Why was it the Demon King? What's this? Oh, is this one of these PS1 era type things? Oh wait, it's to be announced, so whatever. Can't really consider that one. That's one of the other liminal games, but I just got pools. Keep it down there for now. Decarnation, that's this little shoot 'em up thing, I think. Eastern Horror, perhaps. Succubus, no, Underworld Dreams. Maybe Subway Midnight. I think Drowkin suggested this one a while back. Kingdom of the Dead. Oh, that's that black and white. This one. Oh yeah, this one. The black and white theme one. Looked pretty okay when I played the demo of it 2 years ago.
After so many years of exhausting war, the lands of this world are full of blood, and the only winner is death, strengthened by the pain. Suffering of humanity.
Subway Midnight, perhaps.
Of desperate beings, ready to take over our world. Explore the darkness.
Explore the Darkness as it attempts to load the rest of it correctly. Oh god, what are you doing, Steam? What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, Steam? What are you doing? Like, fucking seriously. My internet's not down. Don't know why it's derping on this. Oh dear. Well, I guess that's that. But yeah, this looked alright when I played the demo of it 2 years ago. Maybe that one. Sorry, I'm just going for my entire list here, to be honest. But hey, anything for ideas, right? Dread Templar. More FPS-y. Hey, look, Relentless Frontier. Which, why is this on my wish list? I have this already. The fuck? Don't I already own this? I don't need this on my list. I already have the game. Was Pony Island on the list? Pony Island? Pony Island, no. Subway Midnight, sorry, this one. That's what I meant. Oh yeah, and then this one I was also considering last year, which is this really sort of like Soma-esque puzzle horror game type experience. It's apparently meant to be dead good about AI and stuff. So there is that as well. But no, Pony Island is not on the list. So I think Mouthwashing is also coming out on the 26th. Yeah, this little brief one I played. I think Steam may have shit itself because it looks like all the videos are not working at the moment. But yeah, this is the one I played recently as well, and this is actually coming out 26th of September. So this might also be one I might add later on. We'll see. I forgot this was actually due out. So it's quite a few maybe. I mean, Mouthwashing, maybe this one if it gets announced for October. Maybe this one, but like shorter games. Could play a couple of shorter ones in terms of that. Maybe Frank Stone if the reviews are good and I like the demo, which I might check out at some point. I mean, I imagine the demo will be quite big, so I'm going to do it now. Maybe I'll download that demo. No, I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm going to see if the demo stays up after the game is I don't want to. I don't want to go on those demos. It disappears as soon as the game is released because that would just be silly. Make it pointless to waste that time. Looks like all the videos aren't working. That sucks. But oh well. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Don't mess around with that, please. Thank you. Here we go. Onto my future project list. Awesome. So yeah, that's a couple of ideas that I have for some horror game stuff. I mean, go to your games list and type in. Are you talking about typing in the dead, Drauken? Talking about this one? Typing in the dead overkill? Yeah, I guess this could be a Spooktober candidate, absolutely. This will be quite hilarious. It also comes with House of the Dead Overkill. Oh yeah, that is something I could consider as well. What's this? Pony? Oh, is that the... Sorry. Pony Island. Oh, I've seen some stuff on this game. This is the one that is definitely not about ponies. It's like the... It's like a... I've definitely seen a little bit on this one. It's like like a side scroller, but it's a bit more than that, and it's got fourth wall breaking stuff, and it's a bit of a thing. Also, got the same did Inscription. Pony. Oh yeah, sequel. Yeah, Inscription, which being one of those kind of card games. I like the atmosphere, but maybe not so much the gameplay of it. Yeah. Pony Island is a suspenseful puzzle game in disguise. You are in limbo, trapped in a malevolent and malfunctioning arcade machine devised by the devil himself. It is not a game about ponies. And yeah, apparently there's a sequel, Pony Island 2. But it looks like they just added colour to it, to be honest. But it's actually to be announced. This game is not out yet. So, oh, Frambo, that was it. That was the game I was referring to earlier with Frambo, which I liked a few years back. So your recommendation would be for this one, would you? Pony Island? Have I seen Pony Factory? That was on my wish list. The David Szymanski game, yes. Alright, well, I will consider this then. It'd be nice to see the video, but videos seem to be down for some reason. But sure, we could consider it. I'm sure there's more to the game, for certain. So yeah, I've got Pools, I've got World of Horror. I think I will definitely play both of those. I'm not so sure if Pools will be any good, but it might just be fun to explore the liminal spaces, and maybe there'll be some cool stuff that happens in later levels. Who knows? It might be worth it. Worth a shot. So yeah, here is the PI trailer on YouTube. Alright. Take a look at that then. Oh, sorry. Need to. Metro Trilogy. Oh yeah, I do actually have Metro. So this is the Pony Island thing. Oh no. This is not a game about ponies. If you want to escape, you must do as I say. Oh god. Pony lasers! Break the machine! Or it breaks you. That's nice. Okay. Well, that was a thing. Metro is spooky as immersive though. I do actually have one of the Metro games on my library. Yeah, Metro 20, the original one actually, in my library. Because that also could be a consideration for a Spooktober game, to be fair. There are some really good scenes in Metro. I remember the third in the old library. The mask mechanic in Metro is also really immersive. So yeah, I guess there's this as well, Metro. So I've got quite a few things to consider. And I will be sort of deciding between. I mean, obviously, I've got the two at the moment, but there might be some others. Well, there might be some titles that come out, get announced around the time. It could change a bit, but jump scare. So yeah, a lot of potential games on there, and of course, there might be some Doom stuff as well. One thing that I might consider playing, Manak also suggested that I was also going to consider playing last year, was this. So I don't know why I moved the webcam all the way over here when I'm about to bust it up again. But, yeah. Let's see if it loads correctly. Hopefully it does load. A little bit. Would be nice. Did. You gonna load little game? Alright, there we go. That's the stuff. Oh, what the hell? No. No, don't load! I just wanted to. I didn't want to fucking do anything, you silly game. We're not playing now. God damn it. No. Ugh, I don't know why I decided to do that. The game is so key for me to start. I was just wanting to alt tab between the screens. Okay, stop that. Just yes, thank you. So this is again, as I said, something I was considering playing last year, but ran out of time. And this is supposed to be one of the spookiest Doom total conversions that exists. And this is the director's sort of super final version or whatever. It's apparently meant to be pretty good. A bit all over the place, but apparently it's meant to be pretty spooky and interesting, so this is something else I will be considering, especially on the Doom front as well. So yeah, there's that. Would be nice if you found a good mix. Some cliche, some strange games you know what to think about, some action-oriented, and maybe a horror puzzle game. Well, a nice variety would be great, obviously. The City of the Damned Apocalypse remake is something you can also play as a Spooky Doom 2. I think it's a remaster of the original one and adds new things. So you can play the original, it might be good is to play that instead of the original. The Tormentor 667 project, yeah, maybe. That's something else as well. Other things I'm also might take a look at Doom spooky wise is the Trick and Terror series, like the speed mapping Halloweeny themed things that Blue Pineapple came out with over the last couple of years, which is 4 of them, including one that is happened last year. So there is that as well for consideration for spooky doomy stuff. I'm not sure if there's anything particularly else that is massively like horror themed on my to doomy list that I can immediately see off the top of my thing. But yeah. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I am thinking about. And I will have a full list put together for the beginning of October. of what I'm going to play. And again, what will help is that there will be some stuff announced nearer to October because game devs will want to cash in on the October season. So there could be something that pops up absolutely nowhere, and I might end up playing that. But one thing I will say is I will not be playing the Silent Hill 2 remake because I have no interest in that at all. I think the Silent Hill 2 remake is going to be fucking garbage, so I have no interest in that whatsoever. So you won't be seeing me play that. Yeah, and you threw out Silent Hill 4, you coward! I could always get it on Steam. I'm pretty sure it's available on Steam if I wanted to, which I don't. I don't think we'll ever get another Silent Hill game actually with. No, we probably won't. Not until Konami stop holding the license hostage. And Silent Hill 2 will be a massive flop, and it will be great and entertaining to watch others play it and see how it fucks up one of the best horror games ever. But I'm not spending money on it. I'll be playing actual good games. So yeah. That gives you an idea. I mean, if you could think of anything that might be interesting, obscure games, horror games, something you might think, PS3, please feel free to suggest it in the Discord or message me on Twitch or whatever. If you have any suggestions for anything that could be interesting that I could consider playing, whether it's Doom related or non-Doom related, you know. I mean, the only thing I think we'll definitely be playing will be World of Horror because I wanted to play that last year, and Pools looks interesting too. Apart from that, anything else is open to be. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. It's my favorite month of just getting really immersed in horror gamey stuff, and should be fun. So yeah, hope by the Sweet State next month I will have the lineup for you, and it should be fun, you know. But while I'm waiting for that, obviously, while I'm planning out the Spooktober stuff, I do need to get on with something that I didn't wrap up over summer, and that is Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight dating sim, which I will be playing tomorrow night. Obviously, I didn't really mention this, but one of the things I also didn't really do over the summer was I didn't do as much streaming as I'd liked, to some extent. I didn't get both my summer projects done. I did get Corruption Cards done, but I didn't get Hooked on You done. And I probably could have squeezed in 1 or 2 extra streams, maybe, but I didn't. So I'm going to be finishing off Hooked on You tomorrow. I have a feeling I probably will finish it tomorrow as well for the Huntress dating thing. So, but we'll see. I could be wrong, but I just get the impression that I'll probably only need another 3 or 4 hours to date the Huntress, and then we'll call it a wrap on that one. I don't think we'll go for the alternate endings or playthroughs or whatever. I don't think it really warrants that. And I'm just interested in seeing how the game plays out with that sort of thing. So after that, I'll then have to choose the next projects I'll play over September. I'm not sure what that is at the moment in regards to obviously what I've been doing for the last couple of months is I've been playing a Doom thing and a non-Doom thing and doing back and forth between them, which I'm going to continue with for now. I might drop that for Spooktober, just perhaps, depending on what I choose to play. I'm going to keep it for the time being. Not really, to be honest, but I might get something. I've not really thought about the spooky decoration, to be honest. But I don't know, I might pick up a cheap prop or two, maybe, if I'm in the mood. We'll see. Like a little skeleton or something for the feels. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, obviously there'll be some stuff that will be in shops. Maybe I'll pick up a little something. I mean, you know, what could be a scary prop that I could... Oh, hi, Cherry. That was almost like Cancer Mouse level of enthusiasm there. Hi, Cherry. Yeah, Cherry, you're scary, but you're not like generic scary. You know, we need something like cliched scary. You're just actually scary. You would scare all the kids with your spooky cuddliness. Yes, you heard that correctly. Spooky cuddliness. I mean, maybe we could get you a mask or do something with you. I don't know. I'll have to look into the options for that. Once I get back to working back into the routine of it, I'll think of something. What do you think, Jerry? Would you like to wear something a bit different for the Spooktober? Me. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's a no. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, free hug. Save your channel points. Alright, Jerry's gone. There we go. Nice, Andy. Rev count as a skeleton. Get a revenant prop. Maybe. Tomato salad with blueberry spores would be spooky. I could buy a meatball friend for Jerry. Nah, I don't think we'll do that. So I will need to pick some Doom and non-Doom stuff after Hooked on You. As I said, that could be anything. I'm massively wide open to whatever rabbit hole I feel like plunging down. I will do that, to be honest. I mean, obviously, Legacy of Rust have played recently. I could do anything. So I'm just gonna play Hooked on You tomorrow and then see how I feel after that. Maybe I'll have some answers by then. But nothing immediately springs to mind as to what Doom or non-Doom thing I want to play. But I'll pick something. And as I was going to say before, one of the things I will be able to do a bit more regularly is because I'm working and not going out, I will be able to the streaming will be a bit more regular while I'm at work. Of course, the usual Mondays and Tuesdays, I can usually do the stream. And then weekends, because I usually do poke on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Although, might be, given how the poker's going, there might be some extra Thursday night streams the next few weeks, depending on how the seasons play out. But yeah, I've still got like the Sundays and then Saturday, or possibly some of the time as well. So yeah, you should see me a little more active on the streaming front compared to how I've kind of been over the summer. You know, was so pushes. That'd be a problem too. Very much so. So yeah, and also speaking of corruption cards, I will go back to corruption cards with Doom 2 at some point, because although I did bail out of doing episode 4 of the Ultimate Doom run, to be fair, I think I kind of ended the regular Doom playthrough with corruption cards on a pretty good note in episode 3, which was nice. But obviously, I feel that there'll be a lot more potential in Doom 2 to fuck me over, and so I will go back to corruption cards with Doom 2 at some point in the future. Not next month. Might be later in the year, maybe. I'll see. I'll see how I feel. But I will definitely come back to corruption cards with Vanilla Doom 2, and we'll have the whole 32 maps played. There'll be no skipping of any maps this time. It'll be the whole 32 maps with standard corruption cards. And the chat will be able to pick again. So that should be fun. Yeah. My fate is sealed, yes. Good stuff. So that's kind of what's going to be the plan. Hooked on You will be tomorrow after work. Then I'll probably have to decide what I'm going to play next, because obviously then the next stream would be Tuesday as planned, and I'll need to have something to do. But it won't be Iron Man. Oh no. And she's probably what you might have been thinking of. Don't you normally want to do the Iron Man runs? Well, for one thing, the ironing wasn't out yet. But for another thing, to segue very nicely, I'm going to be changing my approach to doing the Ironmans from now on. At least a little bit. Not massively, I don't think, but I think just to make them a little more entertaining, hopefully in the future, I have decided I'm gonna stop doing completely blind run throughs of the Ironmans and Iron Eagles. Like I have been doing for the last 8 years mostly, except for stuff I'd already played before. You probably would have observed in the last couple of months or year when I've been doing some of the Ironmans and Iron Eagles, which I still enjoy doing. That I'd have been a bit disappointed that there was like lame deaths on some map sets, like, oh, I go in here and now I'm dead and the run's over. Oh, I didn't see this coming, so now it's a 10-minute run and it's over, and it just doesn't feel like it's fun. It's very brief. It's to the point where, like, sometimes some of the Iron Man streams were over in half an hour, and then I had to do something afterwards. Not always a problem if it's, like, my own stupidity, like on a map set I know or something like that, and it's a mistake, fair enough. Like with Overboard, that was a bad mistake. But, you know what I mean, like, you have seen me play a couple of these things over the last few years where it's like, it's a WOD that's got this cheap little gimmick to it, or some stupid bullshit trap, and it kills blind runs, and it kills my blind run, and then it's over, and it just feels, it's not that entertaining, to just do it completely blind, like, go into it and go, I don't know what I'm in for, and then horribly get butchered by some dumb shit, without the thrill of, like, a run that goes on for a little bit. At least a little bit of time. At least longer than 5 minutes in some cases. So, what I'm going to start doing, like, I'm not going to go into the mode where I start practicing an entire WOD or an entire map and, like, try to, speed run shit. But I'm not going to just start playing things completely blind either, necessarily. What I might start doing is, I might play, like, if it's like a WOD, I might play, like, maybe the first 2 maps. So I know what I'm in for, so maybe I can not be surprised by some weird shit that happens, and then maybe I don't die on the first 2 maps, and then after that it can be blind, and at least then, the run doesn't end on map 1 in 5 minutes, and all the hype and build-up of the Iron Man doesn't just... Streamer didn't anticipate blind trap, death, thanks for coming. Because I think the Iron Man, I feel that, like, an Iron Man or an Iron Eagle is at its best when the run goes on for a little while. The excitement of, like, oh, will they survive? Will they get quite far? Will they be able to overcome some challenge? And I always felt, you've heard me comment on that. John, once you got time, have a look at the chat. Something funny happened. How many likes ours anyway? Robin Hood? Oh dear. Scar needs spanking. Right. I can see the chain now. So, I don't know how you all feel about that. I mean, I don't want to, like, if it's a single map or something, I don't want to play the whole thing once through and then do a run. I won't do something like that. Oh, further up. We got cheered by the exit, and then we got Sandy, and he said, you would have known if you did. Oh, okay. Shakar got mentioned by Sandy Peterson. Oh, right, okay. Oh, Sandy Peterson was actually in Capelli's chat. Oh, nice. You're on Sandy's spank list. Naughty Shakar. That's cool. So I don't know what you all think about that, I mean, I would probably, like, in the case of a single map, maybe I'd play the first few minutes so I could have an idea of what I'm in for, how difficult it's going to be, what kind of ammo I'm going to have to deal with, what kind of enemies, what kind of the feel of the WOD, have a little tiny bit of a flavour of it, and then go into the run. And then with the case of a WOD with multiple levels, I might play the first level or 2, get a feel for it, and then come back and do the Iron Man run. How do you feel about that? If I started doing, like, slightly more prepared runs of Iron Mans and Iron Eagles, so that there's a possibility of them lasting longer than 5 minutes in some cases. If it's like a really hard WOD or something, then fair enough. I might die quick, but if it's something like as stupid as go the wrong direction in a 90s obscure WOD and you get crushed, go the correct way, you can play another few hours, great. You know, because I've been complaining, you've heard me complain at the end of quite a few years, man, it really sucks that I didn't see this coming and now the Iron Man's up, because I really enjoyed him. It's a nice little thing to do. I mean, I could always just, and you know, I want to try and be entertaining for at least a decent length of time. You know, not every Iron Man run has to be this 3-hour epic success, of course, or something that dies, like, but, you know, I don't want it to be just like 2 to 5 minute runs all the time, only because I played pure blind. You know, if it's a skill thing or something I can't, you know, I fuck up with, then fine. But I think it will just help to make it a little more entertaining if I was slightly more prepared as to what's to come, unless it is something I've played before. In which case, I might just do the same anyway. I might just go over it just to make sure that, you know, I've remembered it correctly. But it's something I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing Iron Mans where I'm a little more prepared for what's to come, especially if it's new. I mean, the Iron Man is actually out, by the way. NASA is going to be retiring from hosting it after the November one. Eternally Yours by Valkyrie Force in 2012. So this might be something I would definitely check out ahead of time so I could have an idea of how difficult it is. Yeah, don't play Annex as blind. The Eternal Wars is just too bad. Too many times you get caught off guard by something you couldn't expect. Also, I need to point out that ahead of time, I think that next month I will be hosting the Iron Man League because I said I would. So I need to think of something decent for that too. But I'm going to be hosting the Iron Man like I did with that one time where I did Firebox for Worlds. But I need to actually suggest something that's... yeah, it's going to be slightly time-consuming, but I did agree a while ago to host 1 month of the Iron Man, and it was either October or December, and I think I have plans for December in the pipeline, so I won't be able to be around all the time. But October, even though it's my favourite month, and we're doing spooky stuff, I would be around. So I've agreed to do it for October, and I'm going to try and pick something that is, well, spooky, but also a good Iron Man pick. But I've got the whole month to think of something of a suitable choice. And obviously part of that will depend on what is chosen for this month. And then trying to do something a bit different from that. I don't think preparing for an Iron Man and Iron Eagles bad guys. Yeah, like it won't be a massive amount of preparation. As I said, just play a few minutes of a single map WOD, play a few 1 or 2 maps of a multi-map WOD. Then at least if you do die, it's at least a decent length of time is implied, you know, something like that. And obviously I would do that off stream. I think like maybe on the, you know, I'd play like a little bit of it off stream, go, oh, okay, so this is why this is a custom weapon, this is how the enemies work, this is the kind of weapons, traps, difficulty to expect, and then I can sort of go, okay, I'll turn it into an Iron Man run, I'll do a little better, and then we'll see what happens. You know, I'll keep most of it blind as I can, but not all of it anymore. Not just pure blind as I've been doing for years with things, and then, you know, sometimes it's been successful and I've done okay, but there's also been a lot of times where that's just been the prelude to a very short stream, which has been like, oh, okay, so I had all this planned out and now I've got to think of a backup thing straight away. I shouldn't be doing that every month, you know, so there's a once a month thing. I should have like some decent runs. I can do something about that. The thing I've chosen to do is be more prepared. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing from now on. So I will do the Iron Man runs at some point over September, but it might be a bit later, and it will be when I've been a bit more prepared. And obviously when the Iron Eagle is out, so I know what that is. So that's why tomorrow would have been humping you anyway, even if I was doing the old methodology. Okay, so now I can talk about some poker a little bit, both online and live. It's the poker section time. Oh boy. The thing that is going to most definitely be a lot more useful in my life going forward, I think. Oh god, I'm getting all these bloody... No, I don't want daily tickets. Feck off. I'll get a Sunday million. That's already started. So yeah, obviously over the summer I did do a bit of online poker streams a couple of times while I was trying to practice and prepare for the regional, and just in general, of course. I can report that I had a very small bit of success in the last game that I played. I think it was about a week or so ago, where I finally managed to get the balance going in the positive direction, and came fourth in a $1 sit and go, which wanted me somewhere around $4.40. So I was actually starting to bleed towards the $20 mark, but because of that win, I'm now closer back to 30 again. So a small little win for the first time in a little while, actually, probably about 15 odd games where I've made a cash. So that was nice. I mean, obviously my plan would be with this at the moment is if it ever runs out, I would reconsider whether I want to stick with Poker Stars or whether I want to move to GG Poker. I mean, I don't do a lot of online poker, to be fair, but I really kind of want to start doing this a bit more just to practice poker, because you can probably tell I'm getting a bit more into it. And I'm trying to move it up to another level, if you will. And part of that is to get a metric ton of practice in, when possible, of course. So I do plan on continuing to do some of these poker streams where I do continue to play in the $1 sit and goes and see if I can make a few more cashes, try and build this up again as I've been trying to do, keep practicing what I can. Obviously, I'm aware this is not the most ideal method for practicing the tournament poker I'll be engaged in, but it is a form of practicing some things, and it's cheap, and it's I think a few of you have enjoyed these poker streams. Not everyone, obviously, but I think a few people have enjoyed it because it is for real money, and I might one day decide to participate in a small tournament if I do well enough. If I keep playing and build up in a bit of a, I'm more encouraged to play. Maybe like if I get to make a few cashes and some of this turns into $40, maybe I'm like, okay, we'll pawn off on something a bit smaller but with a bit more potential to make a bit more. Bigger scale tournament maybe one time I might try this Bounty Builder Turbo thing, which I know it's faster levels, but it might be interesting to give this one a try. It is obviously a bit different at 110. With the structure being 5-minute blind levels, a lot faster but a lot more players, and as you can see, 34 places get paid. There's also a bounty as well, so you get 25 cents for each player you eliminate, and you look at this prize pool, get $18 for first, and a lot more places get paid out. So that could be interesting to experience and try maybe once if I build up a decent bankroll. It's kind of cheap. Obviously at this level there's not a lot of good little sit and goes. There's a two, but practice is practice. And I think some of the streams have been quite fun. So I intend to keep doing these as often as I want to do them. So they ain't going away. Sorry. Other than that, in terms of the live poker, unfortunately, over the summer, I only managed to do one trip to the casino, which I'm a bit disappointed at, because you would have heard me talk about in the last Sweet State, I was planning to go quite a few times over the summer with the incentive of trying to claw back my dentist bill. This did not come to pass, unfortunately. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't really make the time to go, but again, I don't know, maybe the dentist bill was like a detriment to other things. I just didn't feel in the mood for it. But I don't think there's any excuse. I should have gone at least 2 or 3 more times. That just never happened. But the one time I did go to the casino, unfortunately, it wasn't a very good occasion. I went to a Saturday game last week. There was a 2 o'clock game in the afternoon, which was a nice time frame, but unfortunately, it wasn't a very good sort of game. It was a satellite that cost £30. A satellite which they are doing a few more of this month, but I'm not going to those games again because I don't really want to play that type of game. I want to play a game where there's more of a cash prize is up front. You pay £30, and if you win the game or enough players show up to make it 2 tables or something, you win a satellite ticket to a buy-in game that is worth £250, which you then play like the next week or something. Or rather, you enter the day 1 of a game that is normally a buy-in of £250. So essentially you pay £30 if you win this little small single table game or whatever, which it was at the time. There's only 1 table of people. So if you won the game, then you got this ticket that allows you to buy in for a £250 game, which you then play next week for day 1. And then if you manage to get through day 1 to day 2, you get into a tournament that then has quite decent prizes, but requires you to get through day 1 to make it to day 2 on a Sunday, where you then play for this massive, sizable prize pool of sorts. And the thing was, when I heard about this satellite, I thought, okay, so there'll be a ticket, obviously, but maybe there'll be some cash prize on the side. Maybe quite a few people will be playing it. And I go there, and there's 1 table of people the whole way through. It's just a single table of people. I mean, we did get 11 players, but 2 people bust out, 2 more joined in. We had a final table of 9. So I technically made another final table in a casino, but only because everyone did. But stuck around anyway. And the only prizes were this satellite ticket and the £75 voucher for some other poker thing. No, like actual cash. So it was not the tournament I was expecting to participate in. It was a bit disappointing. But I got some decent experience even though I didn't do anything in it. I didn't get anything going, unfortunately. It was a bit of another one of those where I just couldn't get anything and people were very, very, very... They knew each other quite a bit and they played quite loose and I just couldn't get any hands. It sucked. But it was only cost me £30. And it was on a Saturday afternoon, so it wasn't too taxing on my time. But it was a bit... not what I was expecting, If I wanted to play this for satellite, the timing was nice, but the game itself was just a bit flat for me. And then obviously I had the regional final today, which I came back from a few hours ago. Obviously, this was the Red Tooth regional final, which I qualified as the winner of one of the pub leagues. Got myself a nice little card guard, which I did show off in the Discord, and a certificate. And unfortunately, did not manage to get anywhere close to a final table. I finished about 68th or something like that. It was very weird, and the very first hand that I sat down to at the beginning of the game, I got pocket kings, and got 1 caller and won a very small pot. And the first fucking hand, I get an absolute premium and get paid very small amount because no one has anything, and what can you do? And then, weirdly enough, I hung around for a while, had to chop ace-queen with someone else who also had ace-queen. In a spot I took way too long to tank on, but I honestly thought he might have hit a set or something. And then I walked down and realised I have a nut flush blocker, and then I just go all in. It's like, fuck, right, I have a nut flush blocker. I just go all in and hope you don't have, a set, which he didn't. He had the same hand. And then after the break... The very first hand I got after the break was pocket kings. Again, on the big blind. And I'm like, I'm short stacked. Please, for the love of God, someone go all in so I can call and double up with kings. And everyone folded. I got a fucking walk on the first hand, back from the break, needing to double up. I got kings again, and everyone folds. That was just, what the fuck? I got pocket kings twice, both at the very start of play and in the very first hand after the break. I've never had that happen before. I've had the same hand. It was a little, it really wasn't. I mean, first hand, fine. I'm not too bothered about that. It happens. But the fact that it happened when I was short stacks, like, come on, give me kings when I need it, when people are jamming with fucking shit, and I can get a good chance here. Never came up. And then I went all in with ace queen and ran into aces. And just for the second time this summer, I am eliminated with having ace x against aces. Riveting. I sure love rubbing into the fucking aces twice. And it was from a person from the same pub I play at who knocked me out. But what can you do? I was short stacked, I had to shove. He just had best starting hand in poker and I couldn't improve. Yay! I sure love it when I can't get anything going and I have to play shove or fold. It really sucks because you usually run into better at some point. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you run into worse and you double up. Or whatever. It's usually better to have pairs in those spots sometimes. Because at least then you have a made hand against the ace sexes. But whatever. So yeah, unfortunately it was not a very good regional run compared to last time when I came 12th and got a national spot. So I was kind of free rolling, to be fair, because if I'd got another national spot and this one, it would be for the same national tournament. So yeah. So I was going there with the hopes of getting to a final table and winning the whole thing, but it didn't happen. So it was okay. I got heavy rain on the way back home in the car. At least I've driven to the Manchester casino like a few times now, so I know where it is. How to get there. It's not too bad. It's just, on a Sunday, I want to be in any poker tournament. I want to go run deep and try and do really well. Have more things to do. But yeah, no luck in the regionals this time. But I'm doing okay in the hunt for another one at the moment. I'm top of the league on the Wednesday night game. And Thursday I'm doing fuck all. But the Wednesday night game, I'm currently top of the league. So hopefully there'll be another regional final coming my way at some point. And I've got the national final to look forward to next month. And I've actually been given a date for it, I think. I will just double check that. But I was actually given a date for it. Yeah. So from what I gather, the national final will be on the 6th of October, which is 5 weeks today, if that is correct. Obviously I'll be waiting for like an email to verify this, but I believe the national final is on the 6th of October, and it will be held in Leeds. So I've got to do quite a bit of travelling to get to it, to be honest. One way or the other. So that's going to be a long day out. And it's not like I have a day off work the next day either. Unfortunately, it also doesn't fall at a convenient time. God, how I'd love one of these fucking regionals and nationals to fall on a Sunday where I don't have to be in work the very next day and I can maybe not be panicking about getting back. Especially since it's a longer way out. But it is a national final. I've never been to one of those before. And I believe it's similar to the regional, except you get more chances to get the Las Vegas package. I think 5 chances instead of 1. And you pay in, and therefore there's a bit of a money prize pool. So it's a bit better than the regional final. But it will obviously be a little tougher as well, in theory, at least. So, yeah, that'll give me another chance to go to Las Vegas. I'll pick up some money. It'll be a big occasion. That will be on the 6th. I will probably clarify that in the poker discussion when I get an email or whatever. But yeah, that'll be something for me to look forward to. Big old national game. And also, what I'm going to start doing, Viva Las Vegas, yeah, exactly. And also, something I am going to start doing over the next couple of months is I'm going to be attending the casino a lot more often on weekends. Starting with a game on Friday, since there's no co-op. So what I'm planning to try and do, if I can, is every weekend I will be attending some form of poker game at a casino to build up my experience of playing in a casino and playing in these games that is where there are some decent cash prizes, because that's kind of the idea I'm aiming toward, is to get to a good enough point where I can play in these tournaments and maybe occasionally bring home some decent side money, you know? Like some of the top 3 prizes for some of these start to come close to what I earn in a month. So you could see why there's a bit of an incentive there, yes? And it's something I enjoy, you know? If I want to really try and take my poker skills to the next level and put some, then why not? You know, see where this hobby takes me. You know, maybe I can start doing well in some of these, and then who knows, maybe one day I come home from work on a Friday, go to the casino and play till 2 in the morning, and I come home at 2:30 saying, you know what, guys? I've just earned my monthly paycheck in one night. How cool would that be? Just imagine myself with a pile of £50 notes, or however they do it with the top prizes, I don't know. But, yeah. So that's something I'm going to start to be doing as well over the next few weeks and going forward, you know. Like, it might not be possible every week. Maybe sometimes there won't be any, you know, I'm not going to play like really big tournaments. I'm playing like maybe 40, 50, 60 pound games once a week on a Friday or a Saturday night. Because those are the only nights I can really do it. Especially during dry September, when it'd be a lot easier to don't have to worry about going out to the pub or anything, and obviously it'll give me something to look forward to at work. You know, going out to that casino on a Friday, maybe I'll do okay in a tournament, we'll see. Build up that experience. Why not? So, yeah, that's something I'm going to be doing. I mean, it's obviously not going to interfere too much with the co-op nights on Fridays I have all the time, but sometimes I might do. I might just take myself off on a Friday night and go play, or be a Saturday night. Or maybe, and this would be most ideal, if they could start doing the 2 p.m. games again. Not the shitty satellites, but the actual smaller cash games, cash tournaments. Like I did play that one time last year. Then they stopped doing it. They said they'd like to bring it back in the casino I do play at. But they need to get more people in, dealers and stuff. But they'd love to run those kind of small 20, 30 pound games at 2 o'clock. That would be most ideal. If I could play every Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and like a small game. That would be perfect. I would do that every Saturday. No question. But until that becomes available, I need to play whatever game I can get. So the Friday or Saturday night games it is. One or the other. See if I can maybe win a bit of money and prove I can play poker at a casino level. Because it will be a bit trickier. I'll have to get used to playing against better opponents. May not be so nervous. You know, it'll be good practice for me. Very much needed practice. And it could pan out long term. Could get me an extra grand or two every so often. Not all the time, but maybe every so often I come home with a decent extra bit of money. Wouldn't that be nice? Because God knows I'll need it, considering I don't get paid enough for my job. And I can save and hoard, but it'd be nice to kickstart that a little bit. Anyway, that's something I'm going to start be doing as well. So maybe some Saturday nights, but I would normally be streaming. Maybe I'll be at the casino. But Sundays won't be effective because obviously I can't really play overnight on a Sunday when I have to work the next day. So it would be limited to just to the Fridays and the Saturday night chances, and a bit different when I'm on half-term breaks, and I would try and get in maybe throughout the week. But anyway, that is that on the poker front. So next, the camera goes to the top left. You probably know what time it is. You'd be quite lucky to know that this time is not going to be a massive amount to cover, as far as I'm aware. Oh no, Lord Misfit's getting the spine chill of what's coming up next. The thing that just won't go away for some of you. But, you know, I enjoyed this game too much. Sorry. I actually played this today. But, yeah, let's just get that back. It's time to talk about some Dead by Daylight. Don't be sorry for your interests and passions unless they are illegal. Luckily, Dead by Daylight's not illegal yet, so. Oh, good. Oh, good. So, talking about something that recently came out, actually, on Tuesday, was the Castlevania DLC. Which I played a first impression streams of on Tuesday night itself. And I've not actually played I've played a little bit around with since. I have all the achievements already. The new ones. I pretty much had them all by Wednesday afternoon. But yeah, Castlevania is in Dead by Daylight now.
What is this wicked place?
So, obviously, in terms of the survivor, we had... No, Belmont can just do about the same as everyone else, since he lost his whip, you know, so he has to stick to pallets and suns and blinds like all the others. He's not allowed to cheat by using cool stuff. So, obviously we had the new survivor, Trevor Belmont, which had some interesting skins, including Alucard. Looks pretty cool, but I'm not paying money for a legendary skin. Don't really care for survivors all that much unless they're called Michaela. I still feel we need an anti-killer role to mess with the balance. He will sucker punch directly because he can, yeah. So obviously, there was a 3 new perks. Eyes of Belmont is occasionally quite useful, and definitely stacks well with other aura reading perks. As I did sort of play around with Alert, it's a good combo with Alert. You know, you get 7 seconds of reveal instead of 5. Generators would be 5 seconds of reveal as well. So this is not too bad of a perk for detection of the killer, unless they're undetectable, of course. This is just you get upgraded item if you stun the killer. Cool, but very niche use. And then Moment of Glory is a worse second wind, and so requires so much to do. But I don't know why this will be really great. You know, you gotta get injured, you get broken, and you get healed after 60 seconds. So you're in a chase, you have to avoid the killer for a whole minute. Very feminine, but it suits him. He love his outfit. Oh, okay. Yeah. So really, of the perks, really only Eyes of Belmont I think is kind of decent, and the other two are just... This one's situation, this one I don't know. Again, if you're in a chase for a killer for over a minute, then... Also, you have to run through 2 chests to activate this as well. So it's got a requirement and, you know... It's a one-time use with too much required for it. So, yeah. Voice is okay, model is decent. Yeah, it's a thing. Alright, whatever. That's the survivor side. Now...
The humans made their judgment of me. Thus, I sentence them to extinction.
And Crispin Freeman as Dracula. The Dracula side is more interesting. The killer themselves is, Oh my god, I've been running this on fucking 1 the whole time? 2 the whole time? Shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to... Yeah, there we go. No, there we go. Thank you. So, the killer themselves is an interesting one. They feel a bit like Vector in that they have the utility of different jack-of-all-trades options, the different setups, but it's a little different feel because of the shape-shifting element. Obviously, Vampire form, they have the Hellfire Pillar, which is similar to Pyramid Head, but it is a bit quicker and goes down things and does some stuff. In Wolf form, they pounce like the Demigorgon, but twice, and they can sniff out orbs like the Oni and track a little bit. And also, they can get head pats because doggo. And Bat form, they are like the Spirit, and they can teleport to edges like the Dredge. So, a bit of an interesting trio of shape-shifting things. You can kind of counter some of them. Bat form to stay still, Survivor to avoid detection. Wolf, Pet the Doggo, and Vampire form. The Hellfire Pillar can be hard to dodge sometimes, but you can usually anticipate and try and use it over powers or whatever. Dracula should be more gothy, prefer Trevor's outfit. Yeah, Chuck Norris has a photo of Dracula taken with a reflex camera. But I think that, I mean, I've not played a massive amount of the killer, but they seem okay enough. The moveset is kind of alright. The feel is good. The survivors know when they're in different forms. And so forth, you know. There's generally decent feel to the killer. They have interesting quirks to them. So I've played against quite a few Draculas. Seems to be quite a popular choice at the moment, as you'd expect. So not bad. And also the thing of this is one of the best add-ons ever created. You know, this is a great add-on. It's an ultra rare, but it's really, really funny to see it at exit gates. So surprisingly, a lot of Draculas are running this because it's fun. Crazy stuff. And of course, the perks themselves are kind of interesting in some aspects. The human greed being a combat, being like undying but with chests to some extent, is. I've actually got some decent value off this in some maps because combined with this perk, which increases the number of chests, you get more detection things and yeah. So I've actually been pairing this with Hoarder and had some interesting results. So it's not always effective. It's only 3 seconds when you enter within a range, but it can sometimes be very surprising. And I've managed to get some great value off this sometimes. It's just kind of a shame that we can't use the survivor's increased chest to get in more chests. I mean, the best I could do is the anniversary outfit, but I don't have any on Dracula's, of course. So this one is occasionally a little bit useful with some builds. This perk is the obsession repairs 33% slower. It only kicks in after 1 gen is repaired, so it doesn't get cleansed immediately. But I don't know, it's not really that great. It's very annoying for the obsession to deal with, but it's nice it can't be cleansed straight away, but it only affects 1 player. Maybe with some thing like Nemesis, or we could switch the obsession around later on, it could be useful, but not really a great hex, to be honest. But it's annoying if you do obsession, I suppose. And then Dominance, which seems to combine nicely with Human Greed, and I guess it's a way of blocking immediate hex cleanses. And you can see the block tomes and chests order, I guess, you know, when someone's touched one. Seems like a slowdown for cleansing and chest opening, but not really much use otherwise. I guess it could be useful if, like, people don't find hexes straight away, and then later on you find the Devour Hope, and then you gotta deal with this thing for 8 seconds initially. But doesn't seem like it's massively all that useful beyond building some totem build around it, perhaps. Maybe, I don't know. I wonder if it works with Pedimento totems. I mean, maybe useful in some totem builds, but not the strongest, I guess. So really the only one that caught my eye as being interesting is the Human Greed with the chest interaction and occasional aura reveal. So I like this one, it's okay. And the other two are just, they exist. But overall, I think the update has been okay. You know, Dracula is a decent enough killer. Belmont is got 1 decent survivor perk. They made some changes to some of the others. Nemesis is easier to use. Dredge has a little easier to use. Knight got a change. Doctor got a bit of a change as well. Nemesis is actually a little more fun to play now, to be honest. You can see why there's quite a few of those around recently. But yeah, otherwise, in terms of everything else, I got all the achievements for the game again. Managed to get all the new ones. This one being the last one I got. Now I'm up to 2,377 hours. Yay. And I am waiting until Tuesday to play Tome. I'll probably just be waiting around for Tome 4. Tome 20 level 4 to unlock on Tuesday, so I can start playing. I still need to get Dracula to Prestige 6 and Trevor to Prestige 6 of the bloody cosmetic outfits, but I'm pretty much just consigned to be showing out on this game a little bit now. I mean, I don't think there's anything too big on the horizon. I could be wrong. I don't think there's anything. I think they did announce. I think they did show a video of what they're going to do for September, maybe, or a quick little. Sorry, they might have. Oh, hold on. Did they have something for? The fuck. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. I guess there's a little site here. Sorry, I just bong onto this. So, Castlevania Collection, yeah, that's already been out. Casting of Frank Stone comes out on September the 3rd. They'll probably do something with that when it comes out on Tuesday. Friends Till the End Collection, a new skin for Chucky. Lights Out 2.0. They're bringing back Lights Out again? That little game modifier with the no perks and the stealth. Okay, so it looks like they're bringing that back, making some changes perhaps. Maybe so doctors don't dominate as much. Castlevania skin for Michaela, inspired by Cypher Belnades. Who the fuck is that? Well, Michaela's getting a skin and Kate's getting a skin inspired by Maria Renard. I guess these are Castlevania characters. Cool. New skins for Kate and Michaela. Nice. Fire Moon Festival skins for the Spirit. I don't know what the fuck the Spirit is. I think you mean the Spirit. The Spoot. The Spoot. Also, oh my. Okay, so she was in Castlevania 3. She looks like that, so... Ginger hair. Yep, okay. I can imagine that being Michaela, I guess. Cool. Gameplay Expo skins. So basically just skins, more fucking skins. Oh my god, a burnt Chucky, that's kind of nice. Fire Moon Festival, Gameplay Expo Collection. Boring. Okay, so fucking nothing then. Like, really absolutely nothing. This month at least. Yeah, it does make sense. So, I guess weeks have revealed details about a new original female killer for December. Meanwhile, fans have guessed the next licensed killer for March following clues from a reputable leaker. What is this? What the hell is this? Why is there a picture of Kayako from this? The micro kills, Ruthless and Ruthless. What? That's it. According to Ruthless, the killers from a movie that released after 2000 is more popular in Eastern country. The clues are vague, but Dead Red fans thinking, while vague, some fans think the licensed killed by Kayako. Oh, right. Interesting. Well, that would be interesting if it was Kayako as the next licensed killer. I mean, we already have Sadako. We have Kayako. Not sure how that would work, but sure. Be cool, I guess. And then the new original female killer, which... yeah. Alright, whatever. I don't think we'll see much here, sorry. Alright. Cool. I think they're actually bringing back Chaos Shuffle later in September for a bit. I think I did see something about that. That they're bringing Chaos Shuffle back for an extended period, which would be nice. Because Chaos Shuffle was a really good game mode. Well, that's basically where all the perks were randomized on both sides, so no one chose the perks. And that was really fun, because that way you had to play with everything. And I would have loved that to be a permanent addition. You know, I'd always play that mode because I've got everything, so I'd happily play random builds. It'd be fun. So it'd be nice to see that back again. I guess then if they're also bringing back Lights Out 2.0, maybe they're going to do the same with other... Maybe they're going to bring back... Well, I don't know if Milo Taloni will come back. It's just a gimmick, one-off. But, yeah, that's kind of cool. They're actually starting to bring back the earlier game mode things. So that'll be interesting, I suppose. But it doesn't sound like there's a lot of hard content coming in. I mean, I guess... October, they'll have something in mind because it's October, of course. So that's cool. And obviously, it's one of the 4 holidays of Dead by Daylight, one being winter, the anniversary, and the lunar event. So, and I didn't have any sort of summer event this year, so yeah, I guess there'll be more to talk about in October when they announce whatever. Maybe they'll bring back the spooky rifts. You remember the little weird void rift things where you go to the void place? Maybe they'll bring that back again. Hope they do. So yeah, that's what's coming up in Dead by Daylight. Alright. So, sounds like there should be some interesting things coming, perhaps, in the future. I would certainly be interested to see if they do implement Kayako from The Grudge. That would be kind of sweet, I think. Wow, has it nearly been 3 hours? Holy shit, time just flies by, doesn't it? Just flies on by. Okay, so, with that... It's that time at the very end of the sweet states where audience can ask any questions they want. So to sort of go over the your personal life section was pretty long this current time. Yeah, that's true. There was a bit more to go over, to be fair. So you are right. So in summary, summer was decent. But I didn't do a massive amount. I did clear out my PS2 stuff. The weight loss will be getting back on track as from now. I'm having a dry September, so no alcohol this month whatsoever. Spooktober planning is on the way, and thanks to Lord Misfit's generosity, I have 2 new games now with World of Horror and Pools. So thank you for that, Lord Misfit. I'll state my gifted list with that one. I'll be finishing off Hooked on You's. I'll be playing more of Hooked on You tomorrow night on the stream. And then I'll be deciding the next Doom and non-Doom related projects. Hopefully get at least one of those sorted out tomorrow night after I finish Hooked on You, because I'll need to be doing something over September. I'll be returning to Corruption Cards with Doom 2 at some point in the future, maybe later this year or some point next year. I've decided to stop doing completely blind Iron Man Iron Eagle runs from now on. We'll be doing a tiny bit of practice for them, so it's not entirely over too quick all the time. Poker, not much time over summer. We'll be starting to do more casino games over the next few months on weekends, at least once a weekend, hopefully. More online poker as well, hopefully, to keep the practice going on a fairly regular basis. It's something I'm getting more into as a hobby. And Dead by Daylight, Castlevania DLC was decent. There's sounds like Chaos Shuffle and Lights Out are coming back. Otherwise, not much until October. So yeah, that's kind of a summary. Yeah, no more question. That's fine. No worries if you don't have any questions. It's just an opportunity for you to ask any questions if you have them. If you don't, that is okay. And again, kind of sorry that I haven't been doing a bit more streaming over summer. I'm aware that I probably had chances to do a little bit more streaming, do a bit more stuff, but it is what it is. I'll be more focused. Now I'm back at work, obviously the routine. I'll be keen to not going out drinking this month, so there'll be a little bit more focus on the streaming stuff. So yeah, can I have a hug, John? A hug, okay. Hug. There, Shikar. There. Rest against my t-shirt or whatever. There you go. Oh, god damn it. Cherry's already been here once. Fine. Best place to hug. Alright, Cherry. I think Lord Misfit wants me to hug you too. So, hug. Do you have any questions, Cherry? Audience questions include you too, Me. What? Could you say that again and maybe not be so... Say that again for me. Me. Yeah, I know. God damn it, Cherry. Yes. Look, Cherry. just no. I'm not going to play a slaughter map full of cacodemons only. You know, I'm not playing Cacophony times 4 for your benefit. There's no such thing anyway as a fucking slaughter ward that has a very ridiculously heavy cacodemon based map. There's nothing but cacodemons. No one went to One Monster and Cacophony when that came out and decided that was a good template to follow. Okay? So no, I'm not playing it. Alright? And give me a hug. Alright. Strange questions, I know. I can go on a dimension-spanning conquest with Cherry. My armies have been a little restless lately. Yeah. Well, I think Cherry needs to rest for Spooktober a little bit. And perhaps just in general. Oh, I'm tired now. That's good, by the way. I do want to be tired. I have to get used to the idea that I'm getting up early 5 days a week again, and so, you know, one of the other things I'm going to try and do is get to bed earlier. If I'm not doing anything. Like, instead of staying up and getting tempted to do things, it's like, okay, just go to bed. You know, first day back's always a struggle to sleep anyway, because you're not used to getting up fucking as early as the time as I have to, but if I'm tired, I'm tired. I should embrace that a bit more instead of trying to fight against it. And then when I really do want to sleep, it's only like a million thoughts in my head. When I'm lying down, it's like, no, fuck off thoughts, just let me sleep. Yeah. So yeah, are there any questions from the audience, or is that it? I still like that picture for the audience questions. It's very nice. It's like, no, stop. Very good. I ain't got any. Okay, that's fine. That is not a problem. Thank you for streaming. Have a swift start tomorrow. Yeah, it's only an inset day, so, you know, it's... At least it's training. It's a little bit of a smoother start, and then Tuesday's the first real day, and it'll be nice to see everyone again, but... new class, so it's nice to see everyone and get used to what they want me to do. Yeah, I mean, I am at work tomorrow, but the first real day, it's not just training, it's Tuesday, so hopefully the week goes by smoothly, and hopefully once I'm back in the routine of work, I'll be fine. It's just that transition from being off for 6 fucking weeks to being back at work. It doesn't take very long for you to feel like you've never been off at all, as they say. And then I'll be like, okay. But more focus on my end to, you know, eat healthy, don't drink for September, and stream when I can. Alright, well, I guess that's it for the questions. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow for the Hooked on You continuation, when I'll wrap up my other summer project, and we'll see if the Huntress wants to do the things. Hey, Cast the Web, thanks for the onslaught of emotes at the end there. Hope you've enjoyed the stream working, or if you just arrived, whatever. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for Hooked on You, and we will throw hatchets with the Huntress. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.